Oh. Fuck you, Nazi! Fuck you, Nazi!
The fascists siding with Big Pharma and the billionaires against the people of the world. You're the fascists.
Ways off from the original starting point, but there was a protesting the vaccines and general vaccine mandates, and naturally they found allies among the MAGA fascists and various other liars and grifters and all the other fascists there are out there. As far as I'm aware, there haven't been any injuries, there hasn't been any arrests, although I might have missed some. We told the fascists to fuck off at various points around their rally before we got pushed out by the cops. I think we made a good showing. It goes to show you that we don't worry about the fascists, we don't worry about their numbers, we don't worry about them doing stuff. It's the cops that we're worried about violence from.
On November 7th of 2021, the Loner team took to Boston Commons, the oldest park in the United States, to document both an anti-vax freedom rally and anti-Nazi counter-protest. That day, we saw COVID conspiracists, community marching bands, and a heavy police presence. At one point, an anti-vax supporter even pulled a knife on a crowd of counter-protesters. The group behind the anti-vax rally was Super Happy Fun America, a right-wing freedom organization behind stunts like the Straight Pride Parade and various Stop the Steal events.
I'll always stand up for freedom. It's not just our right, it's our obligation, and that's why we're here.
Right now, there is overwhelming evidence of election fraud coming out of Georgia and Arizona. Overwhelming! And yet the corporate media, the monolithically leftist corporate media, not a word.
Learn who the true brown coats, learn who the true brown shirts are, and learn what they stood for in Germany. Learn what they did. Learn what they did to who they did it to and why. And if they were here today, they would wipe your faces. Okay? They would wipe your faces with the sidewalk. Okay?
And why do you think that counter-protests like this are so important?
Simple as it is, someone coming out here and telling the fascists that they're not welcome, that Boston doesn't appreciate their shit. You know, there might be some people that dislike what they're saying but don't feel the need to come out. Well, I feel the need to come out.
But, I mean, if you want to put me in a box, I'm a Trump supporter, I'm anti-vax, I'm against everything COVID, I don't even think that it's real. I also believe that both sides shouldn't be fighting. I think that we're all people, we're all part of the 99%. The problem is the government and the establishment, and as long as we're fighting each other, we're being distracted from the real fights that need to be happening right now. I don't know if you know, there's a big issue about a man who they say hit an 80-year-old woman and he didn't do it, and he's on trial this month for it. And they all say that he did it. He didn't do it, and that's not okay. I mean, typically I would be on the inside of the barricade, but today I chose to take a different path. And my people, who I thought were my people, right, because we have to differentiate between the right side and the left side, have all pretty much turned against me because I took this stance.
Catherine, you're standing over there saying that you want to unite people, and all there is fighting. How is that happening?
You're standing over there. Why not stand over here and promote a message of unity?
And get beat up, and that's okay with you.
Why would they beat you up? Nobody's beating me up.
Seriously assaulted your colleagues.
Because they know each other. I'm sorry, I'm yelling into your microphone.
Stood with, and that's okay with you?
When did I say that it was okay with me that anybody got into a physical altercation? When did I say that?
You're over there saying you're here to unite people.
What do you want me to do about it? I'm promoting a message of unity. That's what I'm here for. Which you knew for, and you were all for that 2 weeks ago. I don't know what happened, Joan.
See what you're standing. See where you're standing.
Okay, see where you're standing.
Wow.
I'm standing with the truth.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm against cancel culture anyway. So there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're on the side that's supposed to be against cancel culture, and you guys have canceled me. Okay.
Before speakers took the stage, spouting anti-vax, COVID-denying rhetoric, the ralliers and subsequent counter-protesters stared each other down, the only thing between them being a line of law enforcement officers and a long barricade stretching across the park. People in the crowds can be seen chanting, smoking, and screaming, and when the barricades came down, some even went as far as pulling out knives.
Oh yeah, they see us, man.
Oh, and they say they blacked the blue, right? But they kicked the shit out of them in D.C. The fascists, man, they were beating up the cops. 100 of them got injured. And they backed the blue, they say, as they're beating the shit out of them with sticks. All right, there you go.
Tell us a little bit about your boombox here as an organizing tool.
So that came about as a result of the mask mandate. I have been to protests where I was wearing masks, and I felt, I was up the front telling them to fuck off, and they have a sound system, they get by. I love the band that shows up here every time. They managed to drown me out, but I felt that music is a very good way of fighting the message that they're trying to get out. Like, they're oppressed or what have you. No, the real oppression, the real pain is in this music, in the sounds of Public Enemy, in the sounds of Body Count. All those songs I've been playing to tell them that, this is the real shit that we need to be fighting. And there were people down there trying to vibe along with the Public Enemy songs, talking to me about how much they like it and how they're fighting the power too. No, that's not, just because you're fighting the power doesn't mean you're not on the same side as the fascists.
Chuck D would call you a clown.
Yeah. But I feel it's a good way to drown them out and sort of focus around a rally point. People see the boombox and they know that, all right, this person's out there.
And what advice would you give for people who maybe see these and want to get involved but don't know how to get into it?
There is no way to get into it. My first protest was the Straight Pride Parade. I wasn't a part of an organization. I'm not part of an organization. Just showing up, just being among the people there is enough. Simply be there, show up, and ask what's going on.
Be a body. Be a body. You don't have to yell. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to show up with a boombox on your first time or help take down the barricades. Just be a body here to show them that they are outnumbered, that they're not welcome.
Our group, we've been banned from Facebook. We've been banned from Twitter. We've had our Patreon, GoFundMe, you name it. All fundraising platforms have banned us. They're slowly strangling anyone who is pushing back against the far left narrative, and they're using COVID as their sneaky little way of taking over. We're going to steamroller all over these weaklings. These Antifa, these BLM, these are the kids that got beat up in school.
Can I ask what you have in your hand? This is a declaration from the Revcoms, because we're living in extreme times where, the ruling class, they have no solution to the world's problems like global warming, police brutality, the system. It's a white supremacist system. It needs police brutality. It needs to push women back in their place. That's why they're taking away abortion rights. Could I ask a favor? I'm talking. I'm sorry. So we need a revolution. This is a system. Imperialism.
Yeah.
Capitalism and imperialism is a worldwide system based on exploitation. And it needs to be overthrown. You can't reform it.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to stop, even within groups, there's so much disunity. And that's why the powers that be, the elitists, that's why they're succeeding, because everyone is so divided. And that's all what we're here for. It's for everyone. It's one race.
I know there are people out there that might be, down on themselves or down on the situation that's going on. You see so much, then it's tough to maintain positivity. It's easy to catch a negative attitude and say, fuck it, all this is not worth it. But human beings are capable of great love, great achievements, whether it's their religion or their sexuality or who they are as a person. I believe they can achieve anything. We're human beings. Our footsteps are on the moon. That's why I come out here, because there might be someone that doesn't know if they can continue, doesn't know if there is anyone on their side. We're on your side. We're here to help those people.
I think the most important thing about being human is protecting each other and helping each other, and that's when we can do great stuff.
But putting them colors back on and a gun, nah, that's over. You know, I want to live what life I got in peace.